Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Dr. Anna, and I make faith based content to help others increase their faith and support their faith in their walk with the Lord. So, today I want to talk about a topic that is maybe touchy. I did think about how much I really wanted to post this video, or rather, record this video and then post this video. However, I feel like it's a topic that does need to be talked about, does need to be discussed because I've had my own weight experiences and issues and all the insecurities that come with it and losing weight and all of the new securities that come with it. And I talked to a lot of my friends that some have been skinny all their lives. Others have been skinny all their lives, but they're still unhappy with who they are physically. Other friends who have struggled with weight all their lives. I feel like I've been one of those who have struggled for many years of my adult life, just yo-yoing up and down. And just as a disclaimer, this is not to talk about any type of body type. This video is literally to talk about weight and the way that it has affected me, the way it has affected some of my friends, and the way that we can look at our weight and our health through the lens of the Lord. Now, it is important to know that no matter what we look like, no matter how much weight we have on, how much weight we have off, what our body type is, what's big here, what's little there, tall, short, dark, light, God made us perfect. God made all of us perfect. And so when He made us perfect, He knew. And so it's our job to make sure that the bodies that He gives us are taken care of in whatever way that means. I do know that I have friends with health conditions that it's difficult to lose weight. I have friends that have been naturally skinny their whole lives, and it's been difficult for years just for them to gain weight. And so this video, again, is not about comparison or anything like that. It's just to really focus on taking care of our bodies and the bodies that the Lord has given us because we were made perfect in His image. Now, a verse that I want to share that just talks about the bodies that the Lord has given us and how we are to care for those bodies is 1 Corinthians 6 and 19 through 20. And those verses read, "Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own. You were bought at a price. Therefore, honor God with your bodies." Now, when I read this, honoring God with our bodies is to take care of, no matter our size, shape, height, whatever. Okay. It is that we take care of our bodies, nurture our bodies, put nutrients into our bodies, make sure that we're getting some form of exercise, even if it's just walking, but that we're taking care of our bodies. Now, I know not everybody wants to be a particular size, whatever that size is. Not everybody wants to be a particular size, and that can be small, that can be heavier. It doesn't matter. Not everybody wants to be a particular size, but it's important to know that no matter what size you are, there is still opportunity to care for your body. There is still opportunity to take care of your body. One of my good friends, we've been friends for several years, and she has worked so hard to gain weight over the years, and she just can't seem to gain weight. But a lot of that initially years ago stemmed from her wanting to gain weight because being thick was in. And that's just not her natural body type. And she is a beautiful creature, a beautiful woman, beautiful soul. But at that time, the pressures of being thick really made her feel like she needed to be something other than the perfect person that God made her. And even myself, like I have struggled with yo-yoing up and down. Like, y'all, I am short. I know you can't tell from this video right now, but I am a short woman. And so, what is 200 pounds on me? I had got over 200 pounds at a point in time, y'all. I think the heaviest I got to was 213 pounds on me. On someone else did not look as uncomfortable as it did on me. But nonetheless, I knew when I had gotten to that weight, I was very unhappy. I was moving slow. I was walking in a way that I had never walked before. I'm talking about I'm looking at fat on my body, feeling like, oh my goodness, like I didn't even like this fat is in the way of this fat. Like, what is going on? And I'd never experienced that before until I got to the peak weight that I had gotten to. And I stayed at that weight for several months. And I just remember being unhappy. My self esteem was not what it was during the times that I was younger and that I was more in shape and I was taking care of my body. And of course, when I was younger, I weighed much less. I think in high school, by the time I dropped out of high school, which I shared that on my last video, but when I dropped out of high school, I was 125 pounds and I'm only 4'9", y'all. I'm short. I'm very short. And so going from 125 pounds out of high school to becoming an adult, many years going by and getting up to 213 pounds at 4'9", y'all, I was physically like miserable. I didn't have any health issues, but I was just physically miserable. And I knew that I had to make a change. The truth is, life happens, right? Like we are doing real life stuff. Life be life and adulting be adulting, right? I share that because we do have to acknowledge the things in life that stresses us out, that makes us overeat, that takes away from the time to exercise or takes away from the mental clarity to exercise, to meal prep, to even plan grocery shopping so you can meal prep and eat healthy. Those things have to be acknowledged as women that are working hard, that are taking care of children, or maybe it's just you. Maybe you don't have children, but your schedule is demanding, your job is demanding. Maybe you're an entrepreneur and that is demanding. And we just don't always have the time. So I get it. I get it. I've been there and was there for many years before I finally decided that I'm going to buckle down and start to make sure that I'm healthy first. For many years, it was, oh, I need to lose weight. I need to lose weight. I need to lose weight. And with all the different weight loss products on the market and the way that they push different things and different exercise programs and different types of meal prep services, everything really does focus around losing weight when it's at the forefront, right? When you're looking at advertisement, the first thing most people think is losing weight. Typically, we're not thinking health first. So I had to get to a point that I was looking past just losing the weight, but also getting to health. Like, what is most important? Like, I want to live as long as I can on this earth to enjoy my family and enjoy the fruits of my labor and enjoy the things that God has in store for me. And so, the number one thing to make sure that happens is health first, and then focusing on weight. So I just share all this, and this is just like an open discussion. This is not to say one way or another. This is just my personal experience and how weight gain and weight loss has affected me in my life. Currently, I'm down from not the heaviest that I've been, but I'm down from the last time I actually started working on losing weight, right at 30 pounds. And so I have a little more that I do want to lose, and I'll be happy. And from there, then I just go into the maintenance phase. But there's just some things of my experience that I wanted to share to let people know that, hey, it's not an easy journey. It takes consistency, dedication. You may fall off, you got to get back on. You may fall off again, you got to get back on. But the consistency with it and knowing that health first and weight loss second is the order for success is what has really helped me. And so when I look at, for me, the health portion and the weight loss portion, it really stood out to me that once I was at my heaviest and when I really realized that I needed to make a change, and even when I lost some weight, when I got to a point that I was like, okay, I still need to lose some more weight, which was before I lost the 30 pounds. Part of my thinking was I do want to experience the great things that God has for me. So, and everybody is different, but for me, because I felt unhealthy when I was overweight, I felt, mind you, I'm 4'9", I felt unhealthy, I felt like I was moving slow, I felt tired all the time, and my hair had even started to thin at that time, and my hair has always been super thick, super long, and since back in the day, I have cut my hair several times. It is not it's not as thick as it used to be. But I attribute a lot of that to my decisions on what I ate, not necessarily eating healthy for several years. So, anyways, I say all that to say that I wanted to experience the things that God had in store for me and being the best version of myself. Meaning, if God has for me to travel the world in an opportunity that presents to me, I want to be healthy traveling the world. I don't want to be walking through the airport and breathless. I don't want to be on a plane saying that I can't eat X, Y, and Z on this 13-hour flight because I'm trying to lose weight. So just give me a salad. No, if y'all got some good food back there, bring me that good food without me having to say, no, I have to lose weight. I want to be able to fully enjoy the blessings that God has for me in the ways that I can control when it comes to being physically healthy and then at a weight for my height that I feel is healthy for me and I can maneuver and move and do things in a way that is not limiting. So I had to ask myself back when I had to really get serious and buckle down about losing weight is what would I do differently? And why would I do those things differently? And so that brought me to the idea of I would probably take on more opportunities. I would probably say yes to more things. I wouldn't worry about going to events where there's going to be pictures taken or where I may be asked to be on video. I may be asked to talk in front of a crowd because I don't feel like I need to hide because I'm healthy and happy with my body and the work that I've put into it. And one thing that I can say, even being down 30 pounds and still having a little more to go, is I've started to already experience the things that come along with improving health and improving the physical, the health of the physical as well. So that can be weight loss, it can be weight gain for some, it can be putting on more muscle, it can be burning more fat, whatever. Everybody is different. But being where you want to be physically makes such an impact in your everyday living and how you move and how you maneuver and what you believe that you deserve or don't deserve to take part in. There were many times that I was invited to places when I was at my heaviest and even when I lost a little weight from there. And a lot of times I would just say no because I just didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. But getting to a point that I became comfortable in my own skin because I knew I was putting in the work to become healthy, feed my body nutritious things, exercise, go for walks. And I'm not talking about hardcore exercise, extensive stuff, but just caring for my body. My body did start to change and transform from what it was when I was excessively heavier. And it made such an impact on my everyday living and my everyday life and how I show up, my attitude, my beacon of light, my joy, and how I interact with others. And so I share all this to say if you are in a season or a point in your life where you're feeling like it's time to lose the weight, you've struggled for years, it's so easy for someone to say just start. And a part of me wants to say just start, but I know it is not that easy because I've heard that many times before. Hey, come sign up for this program, come get a personal trainer and we'll get to your goal and you'll be there by end of summer or give us 3 months. And it's not always just that simple, right? It's not always that easy. When we're working hard to accomplish something to get closer to the promises that God has for us, the enemy is always like around the corner. Hey, I see you. I'm finna come get you. The enemy is always going to try to interrupt the great things that God has in store for you and you getting to those greater things. And so, with that, whenever you start really working towards something, whether it's weight loss, whether it's building a business, looking for a new job, or what anything in any way to better who you are and how you show up in the world and improving your walk in relationship with Christ, there will be attacks, but you continue to trust in the Lord and know that the Lord is guiding you and protecting you and has provision over your life as long as you are remaining trusting in Him and being obedient to what He is telling you and guiding you to do. And so, again, it's so easy to say, just start. When my stomach is growling, oh, I need to eat. But excuse me, y'all. But no, seriously, it's so important to start somewhere And when you start, know that it is a journey, and it's not a just get the weight off or just become healthier and then that's it. It's about lifestyle. And the reason I keep saying health and weight loss is because those are two different things. But to become healthier or just to start being healthy, period. And if you are one that needs to lose weight and that is your goal, then focusing on that as well, baby, I know it's not easy. When I tell you one of these days, I'm gonna make another video about weight and weight loss and the effects of weight on women and working women and women with children, women with families, and women that got things to do, women that are going to school. And some of these concepts apply to men as well when it comes to the health and weight loss and wellness and things of that nature. But I share all this to say that it is a process, and through the process, you just have to keep going. You don't give up, and I promise you, the reward will show. The reward will show. When you put in the work, when you remain consistent, you are going to reap the benefits. So, y'all, I hope this video has been of some light and some help. If there is anyone that is watching that feels like maybe you are alone in what it feels like to not be healthy, to not be at a healthy weight. And maybe you have a lot of friends that don't deal with the same things that you're dealing with when it comes to being overweight. And so they can't relate. Know that, hey, I've been there. I know how it feels. It's not always easy, but when you remain consistent, you can get there. And I want to make a point to say no matter what your weight is right now today, you are still perfect in the image of God, hands down. And so that's something to always remember is that you are always perfect in the image of the Lord. So here on this earthly realm, in the body that you currently have, that you're working to improve and get healthier and create your body to a point that you are happy and satisfied with it, like through all of that, you are still perfect in God's image. So all you're doing is taking the perfect image that you are in his eyes and making it better to suit your eyes and your health as to what you know you need. So keep going. If you haven't already started, start as soon as you can, but not with the pressure of, I have to start as soon as I can because if not now, when? No, it's not pressure. It's a matter of knowing what you want, knowing why you want it, and then taking the action to go after it. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to go to the gym 5 times a day, 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. Like you do what works for you. Because again, you are perfect in the image of the Lord. You are perfect. But what has happened is you've seen where you feel like you want to improve and you need to improve. So you take the time and do that the way you know works for you. Not everybody else's schedule and what they do is going to work for you. So you do what works for you. So that way you can stay on track and maintain what you're doing. And if you fall off, it's okay. Just jump back on when you can. One thing I used to run into, and even now, like I told myself at a point in time through my weight loss journey, like the one thing I'm going to make sure that I do is not gain weight. I may go through a week or 2 or 3 where I'm only losing half a pound or no weight at all through this journey. But my goal is to not gain weight. And that has been one of the biggest things to help me through losing the 30 pounds that I've lost because I have literally gone, I think the last 2 months when I looked, because I track my progress, in the last 2 months, I've only lost 6 pounds. When I had really planned to lose like 15 plus pounds in that time frame. But I'd rather have lost that smaller amount of weight compared to gaining 5 pounds or 10 pounds over the 2 months. So you have to do what works for you and don't let anyone pressure you to think that you have to do differently or do what they do because it works for them. You do what works for you. You put together what works for you. So, y'all, I'm still on the journey myself and I'm enjoying it. It hasn't always been enjoyable, but now I'm finally at a point that I can enjoy it. And I just wanted to share with others what the journey has looked like for me and what the continuing journey is looking like for me, because these are real topics and discussions that me and my friends and some of my loved ones have had. And just to have another sister, right? I'm your YouTube sister, okay? It's official. I'm your YouTube sister. But to have someone to understand or to hear what you're experiencing and what you're going through, and to relate to the different complexities and emotional subsets of weight loss, weight gain, or being unhealthy, or not having the body image that you want to have. I get it. I've been there. I'm still there because I'm still on this journey for the weight loss portion, but I get it. So I'm here. I hope this message has been of help. Please leave a comment below if you've experienced some of the things that I've shared, with whether it's being overweight, being underweight, having body image issues, and just, if you can, to your comfort, share in the comments how body image or weight has affected you and the things that you want to do differently or would engage in differently with new health and a body image that you are happy and satisfied with while also being healthy. I hope that this video has been of some encouragement, some light, and some support to those that are on the health journey or on the weight loss journey. And I wish you the best of success in your journey, and know that you matter. No matter what you look like today, no matter what you look like next week, no matter what you look like whenever, you matter and you are important. So put yourself first and take care of you so you can better do everything else and experience everything else, all the goodness that the Lord has for you, being at your peak self. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Love y'all. See you next time.